Madam President, let the opening convocation ceremony for the 2022-2023 academic year now begin.
Thank you, Dr. Dooley, and good afternoon, and you may all be seated. Wow, this is great. So, welcome to opening convocation and to the 2022-23 academic year. Thank you to the Muskingum Valley Brass, by the way, for that great beginning to today's celebration. We are absolutely delighted to greet you, our incoming Muskingum students, in person, and to welcome our returning students for this very exciting time of new beginnings. We are so glad that each one of you has chosen Muskingum, a place where you all share the common purpose of inspiring, challenging, encouraging, and equipping one another to make an impact on the world. We recognize your talents and your potential. Here you will learn and grow. You will explore your gifts and interests, discover new ideas and exciting possibilities, and develop strong friendships. We are confident during your time as students and later as alumni, you will fulfill the Muskingum tradition of excellence and service, which began with our founding in 1837. Will all of our new students please rise again? Welcome to Muskingum, to the class of 2026, and to those who are joining, the classes of 2025, 24, and 23. We are so glad to have you here. Welcome. You may be seated. And of course, welcome back to Muskingum to those returning students who are here today. There are a few groups of students that I would especially like to recognize here today. First of all, our student mentors for the Muskingum experience. Class, they are here to help greet our new students. Each section of our first year seminar has one or more mentors who are there to support our new students, help them learn about life on campus, and navigate these first few weeks and months at Muskingum. We are grateful for our mentors' commitment to helping our new students have the best possible experience here at Muskingum. I would also like to welcome those members of athletic teams who are here to cheer on their teammates. So if you are part of an athletic team, you're welcome to cheer right now for your teammates. And woohoo! Yeah, excellent. And I want to recognize and thank our student staff from Orbit Media. They are here recording and broadcasting today's events, as they do with so many Muskingum events throughout the year. We thank them for playing such an important role in connecting Muskies, families, and friends near and far with our life on campus. So will all of our returning students please rise? So glad to have you back. You may be seated. Students, you have an exciting journey ahead of you. Everyone here on this campus is here to support and encourage you, and our faculty and staff will lead you in that journey. They will teach you, coach you, challenge you, advise you, and inspire you to reach your fullest potential and achieve your goals and dreams. You will come to know them as teachers, scholars, coaches, community leaders, and mentors who set amazing examples of both professional and personal excellence. Would our Muskingum University faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? So we know that many of you are here today with family and friends who have brought you here to campus for the first year students and who are now preparing to head back to wherever they came from and to wish you well on this next step of your journey. We hope today's ceremony will be a joyous shared experience as you, family, and friends mark the start of the time of your students at Muskingum. We thank every family and friend member for encouraging our students and being so important in preparing them for this experience. We know how meaningful that continued support will be during their time here. So those families and friend members who were able to join us today, would you please stand and be recognized? So now I would like to invite Pastor Tim Pollock of the Bloomfield United Presbyterian Church to deliver today's invocation. Tim plays many roles here at Muskingum, one of which is to provide some expert guidance to our students in the communication department, but also on our campus in a variety of chaplain's duties. So, Tim.
Dear friends, let us pray. Almighty One, Lord of hosts, Abba, blessed be your holy name. We turn to the words of the psalmist that this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for this day and the days to come. We place this day into your hands, O Lord, so that they may be precious. We pray that in the coming year you guide us in the ways of wisdom, love, grace, and mercy. Bind us together with your Spirit. May your Spirit abide in us so we can care and carry one another in this year to come. Increase our knowledge of you, O Lord, and we pray that you take this time and that you take this place and make it sacred and holy. Lord, we pray in the name that is above all names. Amen.
I am now pleased to introduce the mayor of the village of New Concord, the Honorable Jennifer Lyle. Mayor Lyle has served the village since 2020 and is New Concord's first female mayor since its founding nearly 200 years ago. I like that. That's worth some applause. Yeah. Prior to her election as mayor, she served for 6 years on the village council. Mayor Lyle grew up in New Concord, and after an extensive career in New York in the artist management and marketing industries, she returned home to be closer to her family. She served in Muskingum University's Institutional Advancement Office before devoting herself full-time to public service. Mayor Lyle, please come forward.
Thank you, President Hassler, for that kind introduction, and thank you for the cheers. It's always nice. I am so glad to be here. I would also first like to thank the musicians for their beautiful music escorting us in, and to all the people who helped make this amazing ceremony work as well as it works. That's not an easy task, so thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the first-year students, the transfer students, new faculty, new staff, returning faculty and staff, and students, families and friends. Welcome to the village of New Concord, home of Muskingum University, a crown jewel of our community. As I crossed the quad and East Campus this morning on my way to work, I marveled, as I always do, at the beauty of this campus and how fortunate we are to live here. As President Hassler said, I grew up in New Concord, lived in New York City, spent most of my career in New York City, and often people ask me what I like better, this small, quiet Midwest village versus the East Coast metropolis, and I had a simple answer: I like both of them, for opposite reasons. What I loved about New York, the excitement, the endless variety, the city that never sleeps, were the things that weren't available in New Concord. What I loved about New Concord, the natural beauty, really knowing people, knowing that I can walk outside at night and be safe, that I can step out of my house into a yard or a porch instead of a hallway. Those are not available in New York, at least not to me. So it all balanced out over the years. So I encourage you, as you are exploring the campus and you're exploring the village, to look for the positive and the good in this village that surrounds and embraces the Muskingum campus. Venture to the village, hike down the hill to Main Street, discover New Concord. When you join the Muskingum community, you join the New Concord community. You'll find that nearly everyone you meet in town has some connection to Muskingum. 2 of our elected council members, our fire chief, and our utility clerk are all Muskingum alumni. My own Muskingum roots are deep and strong. My father was on the music faculty. My mother completed her degree here as an adult student. And I also, in addition to my own work here, my husband, Jim Burson, is an emeritus professor and the retired men's basketball coach. And he's from the class of 1963. And I have to call him out because around here, the only way anybody knows who I am is if I say I'm Coach Burson's wife. So you'll probably see him around campus too. I believe that college towns are very special places, and especially this particular college town. The town and the college were born and grew up together over the past 184 years. The streets and neighborhoods of campus and town overlap and are shared, and the populations aren't very different from each other. In New Concord, we believe that our community is stronger when the college folks and the town folk mingle, living, growing, and learning together. Muskingum students have always had an impact on our community in many and important ways, bringing new ideas, volunteering with our food pantry or in the school district or our nursing homes, and of course through internships. I'd like to tell you one story about interns contributing toward tremendous impact. Way back in 1980 and 81, two young men graduated from Muskingum College. Greg Adams and Larry Triplett had an idea and a dream to create software that would help long-term care facilities, nursing homes. Now remember, in 1980, there were no smartphones, there was no Google search engine. They just figured it out. As they built their company, they always hired many Muskingum graduates, many of whom are still there, and always had student interns on their staff. Well, this company, Resource Systems, eventually served nearly 1/3 of all nursing homes in the entire United States. In 2011, the company was acquired by a global health technology company called Cerner, specifically because it had such a great reach and impact in the nursing home sector, and Cerner wanted to enter that sector. And just this year, Cerner was acquired by the software giant Oracle. Muskingum students indeed have impact. The village of New Concord is embarking on an exciting path of revitalization and business development. I am thrilled to announce that Sheets is coming to New Concord. Earth moving will begin this fall, and if all goes well, we will have a brand new Sheets at 83 and I-70 opening by the end of 2023. So stay here and be here for that grand opening. Now that is exciting, isn't it? I should close right here, but I will close with 3 invitations to you. First, our fire chief, Matt Hampshire, who is a Muskingum alumnus, would love to talk to anyone who's ever had interest in perhaps serving as a volunteer on our fire and EMS department. Doesn't matter whether you've ever done it before. Next, Police Chief Mindy Peck encourages Muskingum students to visit her, just to talk, to ask questions, and even to ride along with her on patrol. As you may know, the New Concord and Muskingum police departments work very closely together. And the third invitation is from me. I invite your ideas, your suggestions, and questions about our village. Our website is easy to find and is mobile friendly. You can also learn what's going on in the village by signing up at New Concord Connects. That's also easy to find. However, and better yet, stop by Village Hall and visit us. We are at 2 West Main Street, across from Park National Bank. Joy or Debbie, who are always in the front office, will be happy to greet you and help you Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. Make friends, make memories, have a fantastic year. Go Muskies!
Thank you, Mayor Lyle, and we continue to work with the Village of New Concord to strengthen our partnership because the university and the village all work together to make this a great place to be. So thank you for that great greeting. So today's opening convocation address will be given by Ms. Cheryl Hetrick Carpenter, a member of the Muskingum class of 1986 and the chair of our Board of Trustees. Cheryl has also served as the chair of our Alumni Council. She is currently an institutional consulting director with Greystone Consulting, where her investment clients include institutional endowments, foundations, healthcare systems, pensions, and private individuals. During her time at Muskingum, Cheryl majored in mathematics and business and was active across campus, serving in residence life as an admission office tour guide, played in the wind ensemble, and held a leadership position in her sorority. She later earned a Master of Business Administration degree from The Ohio State University, and she has remained closely connected to Muskingum University since she graduated. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Cheryl Carpenter.
Wow. Thank you, Sue. I am so delighted to be here. I cannot tell you the memories that I have. I won't tell them all because it's been 40 years since I was in your spot. But I am so delighted to be here. I could never have imagined that 40 years ago, sitting in the audience in opening convocation where you are today, that I would be back welcoming this incredible class back to the Muskingum University campus. And as I was thinking about it, I was recalling the story of how I got to Muskingum. Now, we all have a story about why did we choose Muskingum. Mine is a little strange and unexpected, and I will say I was so pleased to see this great wind ensemble playing when we came in because it's connected, so stay tuned. I grew up on a farm not too far from here, and I'm the middle child of 3 sisters. When I was going into 4th grade, my older sister encouraged me to join the band. I use the term encouraged loosely because I really didn't have a choice. She said, "Cheryl, you have to do it. You're going to love it." So she played the trombone. I'm glad to see we have a trombone here today. And I chose to play the flute. My family teased me that I chose the flute because it's small and easy to carry. I mean, I grew up on a farm and our driveway was long, and so you decide, trombone, flute, who had the easier walk to the bus stop? Anyway, I played the flute throughout grade school and junior high, and I decided when I was going into high school my freshman year, I didn't want to be in the band anymore. I was going to quit. And once again, my older sister said, "Listen, you have to play at least 1 year. You have to be in the marching band. You're going to love it." So off I went into the marching band, and I loved it. As my freshman year wore on, my band director said, "Hey, we need someone to play the bassoon in our wind ensemble, and would you be willing to try it?" And I didn't know anything about the bassoon, but his wife played the bassoon in a local community orchestra. So I took lessons from her, and I picked it up pretty easily. Well, I mean, I didn't pick it up easily because if you know what the bassoon is, it's pretty heavy. And when you're playing it, you have to sit on this seat strap to hold it up. So if you don't know what a bassoon is, you are not alone. And after the convocation, you can Google, what is a bassoon? Fast forward to the end of high school and the decision for college. So I had it selected and was ready to go to Ohio State. I had my roommate ready to go. I didn't have my bags packed yet, but out of the blue, I received a call from the band director at Muskingum. And he offered me the opportunity to get a music scholarship if I would come to Muskingum to study. So I took a tour of the campus. I auditioned for the wind ensemble. I met my future advisor. I fell in love with the hills and the Muskie High, and that's the story of why I came to Muskingum. Now, I'm glad I listened to my sister, and because of that, it was a turning point. It was an inflection point in my life. Those decisions to stretch and do something unfamiliar and uncomfortable, to start playing in the band, to agree to play a different instrument, to agree to audition for this scholarship, it opened up a world of opportunity for me. But music was just a small part of my life on campus. As Sue mentioned, I also took action and pushed myself to do many things out of my comfort zone and try new things. I needed to get a job through work study, and I was encouraged to apply for the position in the business office. And so working in the business office, I learned how the campus worked, and I met so many people on campus. I became a tour guide, which was another way for me to meet so many incoming prospective students and their families that were from all over. Now, a quick side story. During one of my tours, there was a young man's family who was with him that had his parents and his grandparents with him. And I learned much later, like 4 or 5 years later, that the grandmother kept poking this young man, saying, wow, she's really nice. She's cute. Now, why did I find out this story so much later? Because this young man and I became friends. He decided to come to Muskingum, and right before he graduated, he asked me out. And during our date, he told me the story about this tour and about his grandmother. Now, fast forward several months after this date, he asked me to marry him, and recently we celebrated our 33rd anniversary. So, you've probably heard from people before, you're very likely to meet the person you might marry at school, at campus, at college, at your university. So, keep that in mind, and if you have the chance to be a tour guide, you might want to take it. Now, back to the action. I joined a social club, and I became the treasurer, and it helped me understand the finance of how this worked, and it also helped me understand how to be a leader with a small group. My junior and senior year, I was selected to be a resident assistant and a resident director. I learned so many things about how student life worked. I learned how to organize events, how to solve problems in the dorm, how to be a team player, how to be a leader, and many, many other things that you know goes on in the dorms. When I look back over the last 40 years, all the ups and downs, all the challenges, all the opportunities, I realized Muskingum gave me the foundation to make an impact on business and in industries. I never dreamed that was possible when I was sitting where you were sitting. But just as important as the impact on business is the family that I built and the lifelong friendships that I formed when I was on campus. It all started right here, right where you're sitting today. So, what's your story? I know after this, you've told your story before, you're gonna tell other people, you're gonna ask other people. One of my favorite things to do is ask people about their story. This day is to celebrate you, is to celebrate the beginning of your story, because this is it, this is the beginning of your story. You get to choose whoever and whatever you want to be. Listen to the incredible people that are around you. They're gonna help you, they're gonna advocate for you and for your future. Now, it might not be your older sister, and I have to give some props to my younger sister too, because she's actually fantastic and I'm her biggest fan, and my mom and dad and all the other great teachers and mentors that I had around me. And I don't recall that there was a mentor program, but shout out to the mentors that are here today as well. Take advantage of them. There's a lot of wise people around you. Don't be afraid to take action. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and do something that feels uncomfortable. Try new things. When you're faced with a hard decision or an opportunity, be the most comfortable person in an uncomfortable situation. Be willing to make the hard choices. If you're the most comfortable person in an uncomfortable situation, you'll win, because so many people refuse to get comfortable in that situation. Okay, now, I want you to take a deep breath with me, okay? Ready? Everyone, do this with me. Okay, now, I have your attention, I hope. Students, this is for you. I want you to think of something that you've been dreaming to make a reality in your life. It might be something small. It might be something big. It might be something that you don't exactly know right now. And I'll be honest, I didn't know that I wanted to do anything with math and business when I came onto campus. But you need to be open to what that might be if you don't already know. Now, one more thing. One more piece of homework. Take your phone out, students. Now, this might be the last time anybody asks you to take your phone out in a convocation. So if you don't have it with you, that's okay. You can do it later. But if you have it, take your phone out. And I want you to take a selfie right now, right here. This might be the most important selfie you ever take. Your hair looks great, your smile's beautiful, your clothes look great. Now, while you're taking the picture, I want you to think of that dream, your dream. Okay, everyone have their picture done? Okay, now this isn't a modeling contest. Okay, we're done. Okay, now, look at that picture often. I want you to remember the dream, remember your dream. Tell your friends about it. Work for it. Don't settle for anything less. When you graduate, look back at that picture. Look back and remember. It's your time capsule. It should motivate you to see where are you with achieving that dream. Muskingum was the foundation. It took me far beyond what I ever could have thought possible. Know that Muskingum is here for you. A lot of wise people around you. It's here for you to help you and make your dreams become a reality. If I can do it, you can do it too. All the best at your time on campus. Experience it all, and all the best with your future success. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. That was inspiring. I will challenge you to keep that photo and look at it and think about your dreams going forward, that you started on that journey today. And I do want to thank you, Cheryl, for your service on our Board of Trustees as well, and for your friendship and for your support. Thank you. So it's now my pleasure to introduce our senior coordinator for Welcome Weekend, Gracie Andrews of the class of 2023. So Gracie is from Canton, Ohio. She's majoring in psychology and sports administration with minors in coaching and sociology. She is an accomplished scholar and an active student life leader. Gracie is the member of 3 academic honor societies, Order of Omega, which she serves as vice president, Omicron Delta Kappa, which she serves as treasurer, and Psi Chi. She is also an admission office tour guide, the recruitment chair for her sorority, Chi Alpha Nu, and she is, as you can tell, very, very involved on our campus and eager to welcome you today. Gracie.
Thank you, President Hassler, for the warm introduction, and to Provost Evangelista for the opportunity to be standing up here today. Class of 2026, what a wonderful decision you have made. Coming to Muskingum University has been the best decision of my life. The people you'll meet and the opportunities that you will have here will be endless. It's crazy for me to think that 3 short years ago that I was sitting in your seat. I had just moved all my things into Moore Hall, and I was so nervous. I remember feeling so many different emotions. I was very sad to leave home, my parents, and of course my dogs. However, I was so excited for the next 4 years ahead of me. I was excited to make new friends, have new experiences, and overall learn and grow here. Today I'm going to share with you 5 tips to make your Muskingum experience all that it can be. The first one might be something that you have heard of before. However, I think it's the most important. Take every opportunity that you can. I would not be standing up here today talking to you if I did not take every opportunity possible. At Muskingum, you will have so many opportunities to gain knowledge and experience. Try and embrace that. Make sure to take the opportunities that are out of your comfort zone. My second tip for you is to try and apply for a campus job. Although I usually end up spending all of my money on my late night McDonald's and Sheetz runs, on-campus jobs also have many other benefits. Campus jobs give you great work experience, great connections, and a way to make a little extra money here and there. My third tip for you is to find 3 or more staff members that you can make a connection with. Whether that person is a professor in athletics, in student life, it doesn't matter. Those are the professors and the staff members that will push you, help you, and encourage you. Those are the staff members that are going to give you those opportunities. Tip number 4 is to pick 2 or more clubs to be a part of. That could be an athletic team, Greek life, any other organizations on campus. The best way to make your friends here are to get involved by joining the clubs. By doing this, you're able to meet more people that have similar interests as you. My final tip for you today is to make the most of your time outside of the classroom. The last 3 years I have been at Muskingum have completely flown by. It's bittersweet to know that I only have 2 more semesters left at the place that I call home. In 2 short semesters, I will no longer be going to the dining hall and eating dinner with my best friends. I will no longer be going to Brood Awakenings, which is our campus coffee house that happens every Thursday, or watching sporting events on campus every week. Those are all memories that I'm going to hold with me for a lifetime. In closing, I want to remind you that what you put into your college experience is what you will get out. Put your all into these next 4 years. I promise you, Muskingum will not disappoint. Thank you, and go Muskies.
Thank you, Gracie. Great words of wisdom. 5 tips. I'm sure you're all going to remember those and do them all. Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Evangelista, and I'm the provost at Muskingum University. I am so pleased to join in welcoming you today, and I also have the opportunity to present to you an historic symbol of Muskingum University, a symbol of our commitment to student learning. More than 120 years ago, during the opening convocation ceremony of 1900, a wooden key of knowledge was presented to the new incoming class. That became a tradition for many years at Muskingum. But as times changed, this custom had ended, and the key had been stored away. Decades later, it was rediscovered when we were doing campus renovations, and the tradition of presenting the key of knowledge to the incoming class was begun anew during our 2018 opening convocation ceremony. We are so proud to continue this tradition for the Muskingum University class of 2026 and transfer students in the entering classes of 2025, 2024, and 2023. The key of knowledge represents Muskingum University's commitment to provide you, our students, with the knowledge that will be the key to your future. The key will open doors to you in 3 ways. First, you will acquire the knowledge and hold the skills that you will need to become innovative problem solvers and to create change in your places of business and community. Next, you will explore diverse interests and new perspectives as you come to understand your own values, to figure out what your purpose is, and to set your goals for the future. And you will learn how to communicate and to collaborate with others as you make your unique impact on our world. With this knowledge, you will hold the keys to success and to a thriving future as a Muskie alum. Here's your key of knowledge. I am now proud to present the key to our Muskingum Weekend Welcome Student Coordinator, Miss Gracie Andrews, and she will accept this key of knowledge on behalf of the Muskingum University student body. Gracie.
I am very proud and honored to accept the key of knowledge for the class of 2026 and the entire student body of Muskingum University. We are excited for this incredible learning journey and opportunities ahead of us this year.
So as we continue to celebrate Muskingum's past, present, and future, I'm going to invite Sarah Hedding, a music education major and member of the class of 2023, to come forward. And Sarah is going to be sharing some background information and will lead us in singing our university's alma mater. Sarah.
The Latin phrase alma mater means nourishing mother. It's a label we use to describe our colleges and universities because of the learning and growth that takes place there. It's also used to describe the primary song or hymn associated with a school, which is sung at sporting events, commencement, convocation, and other campus events. There are many songs and hymns that have been written about Muskingum University over the decades. Since sometime in the first half of the 20th century, our official alma mater has been the song All Hail Muskingum. The melody comes from a Christian hymn tune written in the early 18th century by the German musician Friedrich Ferdinand Fleming. The text was written in the late 1920s by Muskie alum Thomas Randall Berkshire. Thanks to Muskingum history professor Bill Kerrigan, we know that Berkshire, originally from Zanesville, was an English major who wrote for many campus publications, performed with the Muskie Players, and sang with the Choral Society. We're going to take just a moment now to teach you the first stanza of All Hail Muskingum. There are actually 3 stanzas, but like many other schools, we typically sing only the first one. Let's learn the lyrics first. I'll read a phrase and you repeat it back to me. All hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater. All hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater. Thy loyal children come to do thee honor. Thy loyal children come to do thee honor. Life more abundant thou to us hast given. Life more abundant thou to us hast given. Hail, alma mater, hail. Please rise as I sing the demonstration, and then you'll join me the second time singing through. All hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater. Thy loyal children come to do thee honor. Life more abundant thou to us hast given. Hail, alma mater, hail. Now it's your turn to sing with me. All hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater. Thy loyal children come to do thee honor. Life more abundant thou to us hast given. Hail, alma mater, hail. You'll get it next time.
You may be seated. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everyone. That was impressive. How many of you knew what an alma mater was before today? Good. Excellent. Well, you will be singing that more often. So this is the beginning of your alma mater journey here. So, in just a few moments, our ceremony is going to conclude, and the recessional music will begin. And I'm going to give you a few instructions here, so if you just listen for a few minutes. The platform party and the faculty and staff will proceed up the 2 outside aisles. Students, you will then be dismissed by row, and we ask that you come directly out onto the quad because we do a whole class picture, and we want to make sure that each one of you is in it. Okay, so out of here, out onto the quad, and we're going to arrange you into a class picture. And after the photo is done, you will then have a chance to say your farewells to your family if you haven't already done so, as you get ready for the next events of our welcome weekend. So the rest of you who are not first-year students, we ask that you remain in the seats until all of our students have left the gym. So, Muskingum staff members will be able to help you with directions and any questions you might have, but I think you can figure this out. So, I am now going to ask our first-year students to rise one more time. You're getting plenty of opportunity to sit and stand and all of the above. A few of you are trying not to groan as you stand, since you've been involved in some athletic practices and maybe using muscles that hadn't been used for a while. So I would like to officially begin our academic year with this charge to the campus community. Faculty, staff, students, families, friends, and honored guests. May the 22-23 academic year be one of exciting learning opportunities and accomplishments, and of service, purpose, and joy. Faculty and staff, may we be guided each day by your shared sense of community, dedication, and collegiality. Students, may you engage, explore, and expand your world in ways you never before imagined. May you continue to grow and develop your many talents and gifts throughout your time here at Muskingum. Family and friends, may you share in the joy of your students as they begin their new adventure. The knowledge of your steadfast support is going to make a huge difference to them now until we join back in this same space for graduation just a few short years in the future. Together, let's make 2022-23 an exceptional year for every member of the Muskingum University campus community. Welcome and have a wonderful year.